Good morning, friends. Welcome to the point. Today's topic that we are going to discuss is very important because you must be often seeing this term, that is non-performing asset, in the newspaper or the news channels and the various videos on YouTube. So why this term is very important? Because the figure of non-performing assets in the public sector banks of India is increasing at a very alarming rate, and it is a matter of concern for our central bank, that is RBI. So let us first understand as to what non-performing asset is. So a non-performing asset is a loan or advance for which the principal or interest payment remain overdue for a period of 90 days. So for an example, there is a bank which have extended loan to Mr. A in a good faith that Mr. A will return the loan along with the interest over it in whatever span of time which the bank and Mr. A have agreed upon. Now Mr. A have changed his mind and is in no mood to return the principal plus the interest. So what will happen now? Mr. A will start skipping the installment payment or the due date. For an example, he is supposed to pay or repay the amount on 7th of every month. Okay, now Mr. A, since he has changed his mind, he is not paying the installment, or he is skipping the payment of installment on 7th of every month. So the bank will wait for 3 months, and after watching for 3 months, if the payment has not come, they will declare this account as NPA, that is a non-performing asset, and will treat it accordingly. So no loan amount does go bad immediately when the payment is missed. It is the duration of 3 months for which the bank has to wait to declare it as an NPA. So the payment has to be overdue for 90 days or above. That is the basic criteria to declare an asset as non-performing asset. Now RBI has provided fourfold classification of accounts in which it can be divided. So the first one is the standard asset. Now standard asset is an asset on which the repayment of installment or the principal plus interest is done on time. So there is no problem with this account. So it is termed as standard asset, and it carry a normal risk and does not really show any default risk. Then comes is the substandard asset. Now what is this substandard asset? All those assets which are considered as non-performing for a period of 12 months are called substandard assets. So first the account is converted into NPA, and when it is converted to NPA? Only when it has skipped the payment for 3 months. So after 3 months it is converted into NPA. Now if the account remains as NPA for 12 months, it is classified as a substandard asset. Now if the account which has already turned into NPA remains NPA for more than 12 months, so it is categorized as doubtful asset. And even after that, if the payment is not recovered and bank thinks that it will not be recovered in the near future, or it has taken all the measures to recover it and still the person is not ready to repay the amount, then it is considered as a loss asset and it is removed from the balance sheet of the bank. So this is how it goes. In many exams, this sequence is asked for. So the account is in standard asset, then it gets converted into NPA, then substandard, doubtful, and loss asset. So the question is like, let's suppose this is the stage, right? 1 2 3 4. So they will give you a sequence like 4 3 2 1 2 1 3 4 3 1 2 4, and you have to identify the correct sequence as to which is the correct sequence and the classification by the RBI. So friends, why we have taken or why we are studying this topic is because from last 5 years the NPA in the that is shown in the balance sheet of public sector banks in India is at a very high rate, or it's a very huge figure to which RBI is trying to reduce it. Now 2016 was the year when this amount, that is the amount of NPA, reached its peak. Almost 10% of the advances by the public sector banks was getting converted into NPA. So RBI came out with various measures which we are gonna study in the upcoming videos as to reducing the amount of NPAs in the balance sheet of public sector banks. So that is why to understand those topics, we need to have clarity as to what NPA are all about. So friends, this is all for the today's video, and stay home and stay fit. Thank you so much for your patience listening.